Imagine a nation tired of fear and lies, where millions of ordinary folks link arms to stop tanks with bare hands. That's what happened in the Philippines in 1986. The People Power Revolution, or EDSA Revolution, stands as a bright spot in history, proving that peace can topple tyrants. This event marked a huge win for democracy without a single shot fired. Ferdinand Marcos ruled with an iron fist for years, but Corazon Aquino and everyday Filipinos changed everything. It all built from decades of hard times, leading to those 4 tense days on EDSA Boulevard.
Ferdinand Marcos took power in 1965, but things turned dark fast. By 1972, he declared martial law, saying it was for safety. In truth, it crushed freedoms and built his control. Marcos shut down Congress and arrested rivals overnight. Soldiers patrolled streets, and critics vanished into jails. Over 70,000 people faced arrest, and thousands more suffered torture, according to human rights groups. Censorship hit hard too. Newspapers closed, and TV showed only Marcos' side. Families lost loved ones without answers. This grip lasted 14 years, breeding anger across the land. People whispered about change in hidden spots. Farmers, workers, and students all felt the squeeze. Martial law promised order, but delivered pain instead.
Economic collapse and growing opposition. The 1980s brought a debt mess that sank the economy. Marcos's pals grabbed big loans for projects that went nowhere. Corruption ate billions, leaving folks jobless and broke. Inflation soared past 50% in 1984, and farms failed from neglect. Cities swelled with poor migrants hunting work. Trust in Marcos crumbled as lines grew for basic food. Then came the spark, Benigno Ninoy Aquino Jr.'s killing at the airport in 1983. He returned from exile to fight Marcos, but a bullet ended that. Over 2 million joined his funeral march, a clear sign of fury. Opposition grew bolder. Groups united against the regime. Ninoy's death woke the nation, pushing calls for real votes. The catalyst: snap elections and electoral fraud. Marcos faced heat from home and abroad by late 1985. Protests swelled, and the U.S. nudged him toward polls. He called snap elections for February 7, 1986, hoping to quiet the storm. The call for a snap presidential election. This quick vote surprised everyone. Marcos aimed to prove his hold, but it backfired. Corazon Aquino, Ninoy's widow, stepped up as the opposition's choice. Cory Aquino promised clean rule and rights for all. She had no political past, but her honesty shone. Crowds flocked to her rallies, chanting for hope. Marcos mocked her as a housewife, but voters saw strength. Her campaign spread like wildfire, uniting divided foes. It felt like the first real chance in years. The stolen vote count. Election day buzzed with lines at polls. But cheating soon surfaced. Officials stuffed ballots for Marcos while trashing Aquino's. Computer workers at Comelec walked out, yelling fraud. They saw votes flipped in real time. NAMFRL, a citizen watch group, tallied Aquino ahead by millions. The world watched in shock. U.S. observers called it rigged. Marcos's count dragged on, claiming victory, but the split was plain. One side fake, the other true. Fights broke out over the counts. Radio stations aired proof of lies. The nation split, with calls for justice growing loud. EDSA, the 4 days that changed the Philippines. Tensions peaked on February 22nd. Key military men turned against Marcos, seeking safety. Crowds rushed to shield them, turning streets into a sea of bodies. The defection and the call to protect reformists. Juan Ponce Enrile and Fidel Ramos broke ranks first. Enrile led defense, Ramos headed constabulary. They holed up in camps near Manila, fearing attack. Cardinal Jamieson went on radio, urging help. "Go to EDSA now," he said. "Bring food, pray, stand firm." Nuns and priests led the way. Within hours, thousands arrived. Families picnicked amid the wait. This shield of people stopped loyal troops cold. The human barricade, people power in action. Tanks rolled in on day 2, guns aimed at the crowd. But civilians didn't run. They knelt in prayer, held rosaries high. Nuns faced armored cars offering flowers. Soldiers hesitated, some wept. One tank driver turned away after Imam's plea. Students sang hymns, kids handed sandwiches. This wall of faith grew to 2 million. It froze the fight, showing unity's might. No blood spilled thanks to that calm. The standoff lasted days, with songs and signs filling the air. It proved hearts beat weapons every time. The collapse and triumph. Marcos lost ground fast as defections spread. Allies abroad pulled back, leaving him alone. The end came swift and sure. International pressure and Marcos's isolation. The U.S. told Marcos to go. Reagan's team saw the tide turn. No more aid or backing. World leaders echoed the call. Media beamed EDSA images global. Marcos's lies fell flat. Inside his palace, panic set in. Advisors fled, guards wavered. He clung to power, but it slipped away. The Exodus and Aquino's assumption of power. On February 25th, helicopters took the Marcos clan out. They flew to Hawaii, loot in tow. Crowds cheered as the news broke. Cory Aquino swore in at Club Filipino. She vowed to fix the mess. Debt topped $26 billion. Rights needed mending. Her first acts freed prisoners and cut cronies' hold. Symbols mattered too. Flags flew free again.
The people own the win. Challenges loomed big. Rebels stirred. Economy hurt. Yet hope bloomed from those EDSA days. Legacy and global significance of the EDSA revolution. EDSA inspired fights elsewhere, showing peace works. It joined ranks with other calm shifts, like Czechoslovakia's Velvet Revolution. Faith and folks made it tick, a model for peaceful resistance. This revolt stood out for its prayer roots. God, family, nation, guided the stand. No bombs, just belief. It spread ideas of people power worldwide. Places like Nepal and Serbia borrowed the blueprint. Unity without hate changed maps. Historians call it a miracle of will. Over 30 books detail its steps. It teaches that crowds can claim rights. Contemporary relevance and challenges. Philippine democracy wobbles today with graft and spin. EDSA's tale reminds us to watch leaders close. Debates rage over Marcos's past, some whitewash it. But survivors push back, guarding the truth. As one expert notes, EDSA warns us, forget at your peril. Political scientist Sheila Algeber says it sets a bar for bold action. Keep the fire alive. Conclusion, remembering the day the people won. The People Power Revolution flipped a dark page in 1986. Filipinos showed that everyday voices roared loudest against wrong. Nonviolent steps, like those on EDSA, prove might lies in masses. Key takeaways stick strong. Unity turns weakness to strength. Join hands in tough times. Faith and calm beat force. Pray and stand. Don't strike first. Watch elections close. Fraud dies under bright eyes. Hold leaders accountable, or old shadows return. What will you do next time power tests the people? Share EDSA's story. Let it spark your own stand for right.